Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Rainer and this is Rainierbooks. Another award video? Rainer, are you kidding? No, I'm not kidding. But as you know, I'm a great fan and a great friend of Canadian literature. And this week, actually, the nominations, the long list for the Evergreen Award have been published. 10 books on the long list of an award, the Evergreen Award, that is handed out by the Ontario Library Association. And this is an association that wants to highlight Canadian fiction and nonfiction. So it seems both the Ontario Library Association and Rainierbooks are on the same page. So let's get you a quick look at these 10 books on the long list. I tried to make it short. Let's get started. Broken Man on a Halifax Pier by Lesley Choyce. This is a novel that was published last year. It was actually published already in November of 2019 by Dundurn Press in Canada. This is about a 55-year-old man named Charles Howard who comes. He was a journalist and he has been swindled of his life savings. So he's in a midlife crisis and he's standing on the edge of Halifax Pier one morning, on a foggy morning, and he is done with the world. He is contemplating his dismal future. And then a woman shows up, Ramona Danforth, and they start a very interesting relationship. They go to a place in Nova Scotia where Charles is actually coming from, and they dive into his past, and then the novel is developing. That is Broken Man on a Halifax Pier by Lesley Choyce. The second book that is nominated is Five Little Indians by Michelle Good, published by HarperCollins, Publishers Limited in Canada. I have made a single review about this extremely well-written and important novel, which is about five First Nation people in Canada who have been students or whatever, who have been incarcerated, that's the right word probably, in the missionary school system in Canada that was built up to sort of delete the Indian in the First Nation people, and that led to horrible consequences and even deaths of thousands of people who have suffered extremely in this schooling system of the white majority. And Michelle Good is herself a First Nation inhabitant of Canada, and she has written Five Little Indians. She's also an advocate for people who have suffered in missionary schools. So Five Little Indians is a fictional story about five people who have who get out of those schools and who live their lives in Canadian society and who struggle from post-traumatic stress and from all the things that they experienced in the system. The third book nominated is the first nonfiction title. Here, the Evergreen Award is a mixture of nonfiction and fiction titles that makes it kind of special. And this is a memoir by Sarah Kurchak, and it's called I Overcame My Autism, and all I got was this lousy anxiety disorder, a memoir, a long title for a book, right? Sarah Kurchak is writing her life story. She was diagnosed with autism when she was 27 years old, and she has struggled until then to try to be perfect, to try to overcome her being different from others, and this caused a lot of problems for her to suppress her autism, which was diagnosed first when she was 27. And this is a book that really tries to encourage people with certain disorders to just try to just be who you are, and that every way and every path is. And this is a redefining of what is to be considered a successful life. Sarah Kurchak, I Overcame My Autism. Very promising, very interesting book. Fourth title on the list is a book that has also been nominated for the Scotiabank Giller Prize Award of 2020, and this is by one of Canada's most prominent First Nation authors, by Thomas King, Indians on Vacation. I think I really need to get my hands on this book. This is about Bird and Mimi, two First Nation people who are going on a trip to Europe, and well, it's witty, it's sly, and it's poignant. Thomas King Indians on vacation. Janie, Chang, The Library of Legends, published by HarperCollins Publishers Limited. This is a book that is starting in China in 1937. The war against Japan. Japanese bombs are falling on the city of Nanking. 19-year-old Hulian and her classmates at Mingo University are ordered to flee. They go on a march of, I think, a thousand miles march on foot to the safety of China's western provinces. A journey marked by hunger, cold, and horrible things. But Julian has one thing in her little packing, and this is the Library of Legends, which is a family treasure, but also treasure of Chinese myths and legends. And this is sort of intertwining with the history in real. The myths of the Library of Legends, of this sacred and secret book, are helping them to sort of get through. Based on true events rich in Chinese history and lore, the Library of Legends is both an illuminating exploration of China's recent past and an evocative tale of love, sacrifice, and the extraordinary power of storytelling. And that's what we all love, don't we? Then another book nominated for the Evergreen Award is a book that probably many of you know. I haven't read it yet. This is American Gothic by... Oh, this is not American Gothic. I'm sorry. This is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. She is a Canadian-Mexican author, a Mexican-Canadian author, and the story says that there's a letter from her newlywed cousin begging for someone to save her from a mysterious doom. Naomi Taboada goes to a place in Mexico, the Mexican countryside, where she has married. Her friend is married, a handsome Englishman, a stranger, and a very, very secret and threatening story unravels. Naomi, mesmerized by the terrifying yet seductive world of High Place, that is the mansion she goes to, may soon find it impossible to ever leave this enigmatic house behind. Sounds a little bit like Hotel California. You can check in, but you can never leave, right? Ivan Coyote has written a book called Rebent Sinner that was published by Arsenal Pulp Press in Canada. Ivan Coyote is one of North America's preeminent storytellers and performers. They are the author, co-author, or co-editor of 11 previous books, and their TED Talk has received over 1.6 million views online. The most recent book is Rebent Sinner. These stories spend 30 years of tackling TERFs, legislators and bathroom police. Sure, but there's joy and pleasure and triumph to be found here too, as Ivan pays homage to personal heroes. So this is work of an accomplished artist in Canada whose plain truth about their experience will astound readers with their utter breathtaking humanity. Sounds very interesting. I think it's number 7, and the book's called 7 by Farzana Dr from Dundurn Press. This is also a very diverse story. When Sharifa accompanies her husband on a marriage-saving trip to India in 2016, she thinks that she's going to research her great-great-grandfather. What captures her imagination is not his rags to riches story, but the mystery of his 4 wives missing from the family lore. She ends up excavating much more than she had imagined. This is also a very interesting book where somebody travels to India to discover the truth about the family. A very important book, I think this is number 9 now, in the Black History Month that you should read from Canada. I will try to get this actually. I don't know if I get it this month, but I will get it in the future. And this is Desmond Cole. I have heard about this book before. Desmond Cole, The Skin We're In, A Year of Black Resistance and Power, published by Doubleday, Canada. Desmond Cole has written about the racial violence that the police of Toronto has performed against Afro-Canadian people. And his activism and journalism is very vibrant. It's totally in the book, The Skin We're In. And it's about racism in Canada. This is a topic that you don't hear and read so often about. It's not only racism in the US, not only racism in the UK against African American or British people, also against Afro-Canadians in Canada. The Skin We're In, A Year of Black Resistance and Power by Desmond Cole is highly, highly recommended, I think. The last book on the list of the Evergreen Award is They Said This Would Be Fun, Race, Campus Life and Growing Up by Eternity Martis, published by McClelland and Stewart. And this is a memoir, a book smart kid from Toronto. Eternity Martis goes to Western University for her undergraduate degree, but as one of the very few black students there, she soon discovers that the campus experience she'd seen in movies were far more complex than in reality. More complex in reality. Over the next 4 years, Eternity learned more about what someone like her brought out in other people than she did about herself. She was confronted by white students in blackface at parties, dealt with being the only person of color in class, and was tokenized by her romantic partners. Using her award-winning reporting skills, Eternity connects her own experience to the systemic issues plaguing students today. It's a memoir of pain, but also of resilience. So this is the second book on the list of the Evergreen Award of 2021 that would qualify for the Black History Month in February of 2021. And it finishes the list of nominees for the Evergreen Award in Canada. This was very quick, and it was supposed to be quick. I hope that one or two books got your attention. I'm definitely interested in reading both books that could be The Skin We're In, and also they said this would be fun because it reflects a story of Canada that is under the surface, that is not often mentioned in the media. That racism in Canada is a very large and very big and very serious issue. I mean, thank you very much for watching this video. And I see you on Sunday with another video on my weekly wrap-up. Stay safe. See you soon, and bye-bye.